This Smash Bros. E3 leak has some credibility to it. Let's dive into this one. Blocked content. What's happening, my Block buddies, and welcome to a brand new episode of Block Content's Leak Speak. My name is Callum, and this is going to be your content for today. We've been talking a lot about E3. Now, E3 is almost here. I'm super excited. I hope all of you already have your snacks ready. I mean, that for me is the most important part, right? Having a seat, having all your snacks ready, and just going into the stream with you guys and talking about some Nintendo games. But something is really important here, and that's today. Some sort of leak has happened which looks credible for a lot of things. A lot of things are weird, a lot of things match up with previous information that we found, so I just wanted to kind of discuss this one, because there's also information in here that I would just love to talk about with you guys. Some potential things that might happen in the future regardless of this leak that I feel would be really awesome to have in, Smash Brothers, other games. So I just wanted to dive into it head first with you guys, and for those of you guys who like giveaways, we are of course giving away a few Piranha Plant plushies. So remember to like this video, subscribe to Blocked Content, and comment down below to enter for the giveaway at 50k. And of course, Plant Boys, you guys, I'm so excited to be giving those away. Alright, let's get into this. The leak, for those of you who don't want to get spoilers, is going to be talked about right now. So for those of you who are still here, welcome. Let's talk about this one. So this person is saying, Nintendo Direct E3 6/11/19. I've seen the E3 Direct, so this person has already seen the entire video presentation, which of course is possible. Nintendo doesn't do a live thing anymore with a big stage and, a conference and this big announcement live on stage and everything could go wrong. It's this, previously unseen video that's just created for a live stream and then streamed directly. And then after that, they do, of course, the live segment at Nintendo Treehouse, but that's a little bit foolproof. That's not having, a big live audience in most cases. So yeah, being able to see that video early makes sense. Now he talks about Smash Brothers immediately, right from the top. So it basically says it opens with the Smash effect that opened Simon and Richter Direct. So I feel like this person really doesn't know their Smash, because a lot of other trailers for Smash games have opened with that. I believe the Ridley one did as well. Now, Direct opens with the Smash effect that opened Simon and Richter Direct on 8/8/18. A cinematic is played where Cloud is fighting in Colosseum and is approached by Sora for a rematch. Of course, Cloud is Final Fantasy, Colosseum is the stage from Hercules in the Kingdom Hearts games, and then Sora is of course from Kingdom Hearts as well. And there was also this awesome fight sequence in Kingdom Hearts where you get to fight Cloud, and it's this awesome costume. There's another leak that I've seen, I think it was last week, where someone rumored that Cloud was to have his Kingdom Hearts outfit as free downloadable content for everyone who has Nintendo Online. So, make of that what you will. There's a lot of talk with Kingdom Hearts crossover with Smash. It seems a lot of people really want this. So a cinematic is played where Cloud is fighting in Colosseum and is approached by Sora for a rematch. So he basically probably fights this shadowy figure that we don't see. He wins, and then Sora says, hey, let's rematch. Because of course, that fight was incredibly difficult. Also the Sephiroth fight in that game were notoriously super mega difficult. These big boss fights that, take millions of tries to get through. And I like the idea of Sora, asking for a rematch. That's like in Sora's nature. His personality is, very chipper and very happy. Haley Joel Osment does the voice and does a great job at it. And then his stage is Traverse Town, and he's got an MP bar above his portrait next to his percent. Looks like the MP bar is from Kingdom Hearts 2. Now, of course, a lot of Kingdom Hearts 2 love over here. The stage being Traverse Town is really cool. I mean, the music... I won't get YouTube copyrighted because that was horrible. But I like the look and feel of that town because it's very Kingdom Heartsy, right? It's not Disney at all. It's just Traverse Town. It's kind of like, the Kingdom Hearts kind of home ground. I would have loved to see that dream world, with a big portrait on the floor and the black background. But I think Traverse Town gives a lot more atmosphere, gives a lot more possibilities for very cool visuals. So I would definitely see that one coming. And of course, with Sakurai totally loving those new tiny details that you can put with your character portraits, with all those crazy cool character portraits that get these extras, I just think of the Animal Crosser characters, just think of Shulk, all those kinds of things happen. And now we also have Sora with the MP bar. And of course, everyone really loves the HUD from the Kingdom Hearts games. They're one of the things that you really pay attention to in the game. And also sometimes it was like animated and stuff like that. That's one thing that I would love that they included. You know, if Sora gets hit in one of the matches, then his portrait is kind of getting hit as well. I think that would be really cool, or smiling when you do the taunts. But that aside, I think that this is a great idea. I don't know if it will happen, but having something like Kingdom Hearts coming to Switch would definitely make me say, yeah, I think Sora definitely deserves to be in the game. Makes a lot of sense. You know, we have Cloud in there. If he gets that transformation to the Cloud version that we know from Kingdom Hearts, then this would be really, really cool. Now, the Direct goes on to transition into game reveals. So we just start with a little bit of Super Smash Bros. And then directly goes into a few games. The first of which is one that you guys are talking about a lot in the comments, and that's Metroid Prime Trilogy HD. Now, we know that Metroid Prime 4 is not coming anytime soon. You know, Retro Studios is doing this whole thing from the ground up because they kind of screwed up. They didn't really have the thing that they really wanted to there in Japan, and now they're passing it over to Retro Studios, but the entire game has to start from scratch. I would imagine Retro Studios being like, yeah, we want to do it, but it's got to be this, and it's got to change into this, and we really want to introduce these story elements and make it a little bit more like this. So they are a studio that I feel can have some demands in terms of story, style, and presentation, and I hope that they do that, because I think the Metroid Prime brand is really theirs, right? The main series games, not counting the spin-off one, I think would really fit perfectly if Metroid Prime 4 had that same, flavor to it. Having the Metroid Prime games 1, 2, and 3 in a trilogy in HD, now with possibly Joy-Con controls, that is something I'm super down for. I loved the original, played it a bunch. The second one was great. I believe it had some sort of like multiplayer component to it that me and my friends played a lot too. And then the third one was very great, like story-driven thing. And the graphics of those things just kept evolving and kept evolving, but of course never entered the HD realm. So I would love to see it come to Nintendo Switch to be playable on the go and to also be on this great HD display on my TV. I would love to play Metroid Prime in HD. Now, Overwatch is of course Nintendo Switchy, so I really will kind of think about what will they add in terms of maybe costumes and stuff like that. We have Flipnote Workshop. I was a very big fan of Flipnote back in the day, and then the leaker said, I specifically remember this because it was really cool. The one flip note from the DSi with the guys jumping at each other and knocking them over is shown. So this is of course a very famous flip note thing, and he links to the original video of that. You can watch that, the link's right there. That was of course a really fun game. Flipnote Studio is a thing where you basically make animations, these flipbook things. When I first started animation, I actually did it with flipbooks as well, or like a piece of paper, and you make this, little flip animation, and that transformed into, sprite animation, that transformed into drawn animation, and then so forth and so forth. And now I do video game videos. Flipnote Workshop looks to be awesome. If it's real, then it'll probably be a whole studio with a lot of animation assets. So not having a Mario Maker, but having an animation maker for Switch to take on the go, that's like a game that I would love to play. Now, of course, some Microsoft Love Ori and the Blind Forest, we're getting it. Link's Awakening we've already known a lot about, but this guy actually says that we get a big box version with a giant replica egg, so the big egg, on the hill, and retails for a crazy $200. So $200 is a lot of money, but there's something a little bit more specific about this one. He says, can't remember when it comes out. So the $200 thing is very strange because a little tiny while ago, there was a document that leaked that had a lot of dates and a lot of prices for a couple of things with dates attached to it. This is so strange because this is basically coinciding with this leak. And it's, the evidence of seeing all those prices, most of them were $60. One of them was like $90. One of them was, 50 or something. And then one of the last ones on the page was $199.99. So these were products that were probably games or packaged games or something like that, but the serial number was 202351, and it feels like we're doing detective work here, but basically what I'm saying here is that something worth a $200 price was already in a leak of sorts, and it was a leak that passed a lot of people by. But if this, is a fake leak, then it's pretty smart because it coincides with something that was already real and out there. So a $200 Link's Awakening box, a big box version with a giant replica egg, that coincides with the leak. So it basically kind of already makes a little bit of sense. Then supposed indie reel happens with A Hat in Time, a game from a lot of my friends. Love that game, it's really great. Then Kerbal Space Program and Cadence of Hyrule, a game that I'm actually looking forward to. Really funny, cool style, and I feel like the developers really deserve to work with those assets from Nintendo. And more stuff. Next one is Plants vs. Zombies 1 and 2 are being re-released exclusive to Switch. Don't think that that's like exclusive, maybe if it's like a reimagining or has a different style to it. But the Plants vs. Zombie things, the style is really cute. Then Apex Legends, Fallout 3, The Witcher 3, and Rage 2 are shown off in a fast trailer that plays. Now, Rage 2, I feel, isn't really that Nintendo, heavy. I don't really see it happening. But all those other games, I think, really fit. The Witcher 3 would be really great to have on the go. And Rage 2 actually looks like a really fun game, too. But I just think of all those games, Rage 2 would kind of fall outside of the spectrum. I feel like it wouldn't really connect with the user base that now has a Switch. But The Witcher 3, sign me up for that. And I think I like the Fallout games. The latest one, the 76 game, wasn't all that great, but I think Fallout as a world is so good. Now, Astral Chain and Fire Emblem get trailers, and he says, couldn't tell you anything about them though, because I don't care about them. So basically, yeah, Astral Chain could be a little, visual noisy, and if you're not into the entire anime style and chessboard gameplay, then Fire Emblem isn't really your thing. So I can kind of get into it. I love Fire Emblem myself. Astral Chain looks really cool, the graphics and the team dynamic, so I'm still curious about those, so if we get more trailer information, I'm down for it. And he says, the big one of course, Animal Crossing is the same way. It got a trailer, but I hate Animal Crossing, and really just remember it had some hip city theme to it with a bass drop in the theme song and this trendy city. So maybe the game is called Trendy City. So another city folk kind of direction to that. Bum 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 bum. So maybe we'll get a bass drop in the main theme. So yeah, thank you guys for that. And then the last one, this is a big one. So we are actually talking about The Bear and the Bird. It supposedly ends off with Banjo and Kazooie Smash trailer at the end. That was pretty cool. Mario, Sonic are fighting off Sora, and Sora overpowers them both. And then Banjo shows up and beats the F out of him. It was dope. And then he says, I'm sure I'm forgetting more, LOL, but these were things that stood out to me. So a lot of weird stuff happening in this, a lot of cool stuff. I really love the idea that we're getting Sora and Smash. Flipnote Workshop sounds really great to me. Even Metroid Prime Trilogy and an Animal Crossing game that's a little bit more trendy sounds great. And of course Banjo. You guys that follow blocked content know that we're all about that Banjo Kazooie and Banjo Tooie life. So I would love to see the character in the game. That's actually one of the most hyped characters you could ever have in Smash, because it has such a rich history with Nintendo. Who wouldn't want a character that's so deeply rooted in Nintendo 64 to have this entire reimagining in Smash? I think that would just be too good to be true. But we also thought that about Ridley and about King K. Rool at some point, and now they're in the game and nobody plays as Ridley anymore. So I would love to see a couple of things from this. I'm really curious what you guys believe is true from this leak. I'd love to hear what you guys think of this. If you comment down below, that comment could actually be featured in our next video. And today's comment question, it's a doozy, you guys. Today we are asking you, Sora and Banjo, fake and fake? So let me know in the comments down below. You could be featured in our next video. As for the previous comment question, our answer comes to us by way of Legendary Arrow. So I'm going to give you an Arrow voice. You, sir, make some good videos. I subscribe to you and you definitely earned it. I think it is fake, but you never know. I think Toad would be a cool newcomer, but I would prefer someone different, like Banjo Kazooie or Rayman. But if Toad is a fighter, I would still be happy. Diggle. So I don't know if you're into Arrow or anything like that. Maybe it was a Kid Icarus reference. But anyway, thank you for your comment. Yeah, I think that Toad would be a great newcomer. Our previous video talked about that. There was this leaked trailer, and prefer someone different like Banjo Kazooie. That couldn't be more relevant to this discussion right now. I think Banjo Kazooie would fit seamlessly with the style of Nintendo. Rayman actually kind of the same. I think that would be a DLC fighter that I feel a lot of people would be happy about. Our friend, Artsy Omni would, go crazy over that. So yeah, I'm sure that something like this will happen. Toad, not so much. Banjo Kazooie has a very, very, very high chance. So thank you guys so much for sending in your comments. Keep doing it. I love reading through them and hearting them and, picking them out for different episodes to read your comments out loud. And of course, a very big shout out to our latest Patreon supporters who make blocked content possible. If you want yourself created in pixel art or blocked content style, or join me for live discussions, you have your own ideas and you want to get them animated, well, go to patreon.com/blockedcontent, because that's where you'll be able to do it. There's a bunch of incredible rewards there. They start from even $1 a month, so they're waiting for you. And remember, if you're not yet a member of the Blocked Content family yet, just click that subscribe button, ring the bell, bling, for notifications, and the news and fun you care about will be delivered daily to you. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm looking forward to that Pokemon Nintendo Direct that's happening tomorrow. I'm so excited to see the news. I hope some new Mons get announced, and I just want to see more of that world because I love me some UK. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys around the corner where there's always more blocked content. See ya.